Hi everyone, my name's Seb. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about migrations. I want to show you quite how easy it is to move a site from another provider to us, because effectively we'll do it all for you. So I'm going to show you how you, right from setting up a new hosting package, would request a migration with us. Then I'm going to show you a little bit of our back-end system and how we migrate on our end. And once done, I'm just going to show you how you would see it as complete. It won't take very long, and I'll give you a very quick whistle-stop tour. So let's go to the hosting control panel. In this cloud dashboard, the first thing you want to do is you want to add the new website. So we don't know what your domain names are yet, you see. So let's just assume this one is going to be called migrationtest.com. Click Next. Now, in this drop-down, you have an option of different hosting types. Most users, sort of 99%, will go for Linux, which is our recommended version. If you choose the wrong one, don't worry about it, because our migration team will know when they see your old host what sort of hosting it is, and they can make the change. But for now, let's just choose Linux recommended. While that does that, I'll tell you how we work. We basically have a team of people who are dedicated to moving websites. They've got web design experience, they know sites back to front, and we do many a day. What we do when we get your details is we check all those details, and then we log into the old host. We never touch anything with the old host. We just get a copy of all that content, all the databases, move them over to us. Once they're up with us, we'll then check everything, and we'll send you a link to check as well. And when you're happy, then we'll tell you what you need to do to actually put our version of the content live. So now you can see this is completed. And what we have on this screen is our dashboard with all of our different icons. We don't need to worry about that for now. All we need to go is to this free site migrations icon. We click that, and we have this page which gives us some information about how the migration process works. I'll let you read that in your own time, but for now, just click request migration. Here we want to put our name, so I'm going to put my own name, and then my email. I'm just going to put support tsoHost.com for now. My old provider. Now that helps us aggregate data basically, because it lets us say, well, we know that anyone coming from this old provider, these are the sort of bugs we might occur. But for now, obviously I'm just making this up, so I'm just going to make up a name called another host. Then I want to say something about the website. So I could say in here, this is a blog I have written, but also in a subfolder called shop, I have a small shop. Please make sure to migrate the shop as well as the blog. That just helps us to know what we're migrating. The more information, the better there. Login details. Now this is the most important thing. We need your login details to really everything you have with the other host. So the first thing might be, for example, the login to another host. I'll use a random string in case they actually do exist. That'll let us get in any information. Then if you have FTP details, if you have any database details. If you don't know anything, don't worry about it, because we can come back to you and say, look, this is what we need. But also, if that's all you have, that's all you have, and we can deal with that as well. And we'll let you know if we get stuck. Sometimes what we can do is, if you have, say, for example, a CMS, and you don't have access to the file system or the database system, what we can do is we can upload a plugin that'll let us grab a content of the site and move it over without needing further levels of login details, but we'll deal with those on a case-by-case basis. Any further information? This is just something that we see in the notes. So something like, for example, my site goes offline in 24 hours, so please do this ASAP. And then we'll obviously prioritize it. Or something like, it would be best to do this at 9 AM Fridays, for example. Now we work 8 AM till 6 PM, Monday to Friday, but if you need to do a migration outside of those hours, we can do that. Bear in mind that what this doesn't do is we don't change the DNS until you're ready. So that means the site will keep running from the old server until you're happy with what we've done. The only exception to all of this is if you run a sort of an online shop that needs trading. So if you are trading in a shop, what you don't want to happen is for the old server to go offline, or for it to switch over, and then you'll have some orders on the old system and some orders on the new system. What we can do there is something very clever, where we move over the database in advance of the actual DNS switching, the domain pointing to us, and then we point the old site to the database on our server. That means that is always continuous, your orders, and you don't ever lose anything. Right, next step, just hit request migration. That then sends the migration to our migrations team. You'll see it here. You can at any stage view the migration, you see what you put there. Obviously we hide the provider login, and then you can add an update here. Right, so that's step one. Now what I want to show you is I'm going to show you what we see in the migrations team. And let me just shut this window down and I'll show you that. So here I am now in the migration office. You can see we're all working away on migrations. We've got this system called a Kanban system we use throughout the company, which is how we track jobs. And we're kind of trying to use it here, but there's a little bit of reluctance. And what we have here is new jobs, in progress migrations, and then completed migrations are on the far wall there. So if you look at my screen here, this is what's come in as the migration I requested just a second ago in the ticket system or in the cloud dashboard. You see here, that's your domain. Here's some information about the migration, and here's the different things I can do. So I can take this migration, for example. So if I do that, so that's this migration taken. You can see that's now assigned to me. I can mark it in progress, I can send it for review. I can also post an update. Here I can set different statuses on it. I can add notes, and here I've got your information here. So effectively what we do now is we migrate the site. Then once we're done, we then send you an email saying, look, we've done the migration, we've checked it out, it looks okay. It's now your turn to check it out. Here are ways that you can test it out, either on a preview URL, for example this one here, or with a host file, and make sure it's all okay. When you're happy, you just tell us that it's complete, and we'll come back and tell you what you need to set next in order to put the site live. So I've shown you how you can request a migration on your end, what you enter in the control panel, and then what we do on our end to migrate the site for you, and then how you can preview it. Any questions, please drop us an email, we're happy to help. We really love migrating sites, it brings us new customers. If you have a lot of sites, even better. If you have a complex site, just drop us an email first. I'm sure we can work out something that's best for you, and we're happy to do as well. Any problems? Drop us an email, and I look forward to hearing from you. Happy migrating.